Detroit Pistons home insider report. So let's go over. I did not finish the game, but we did win against the Hawks the last time I played the game. I just finished simming, and we are on a 6-game losing streak as we're gonna go on the road to the Bulls. Um, just take a look at the injury report. You can take a look at some of the big names. Goran Dragic out. Paul Millsap for the Bulls is out, so that's one less thing we have to worry about. Um, as far as the Bulls are concerned, Kemba is out with a spinal injury. That's not good at all for the league in general, if you think about it. Willie Reed is out. Mm. Anyone else? Donovan Mitchell is still out. He will be in because this is the last game of the season because we did not make the playoffs, as I'll show. Just how bad we truly were. Evan Turner is going to be injured. Well, hurt, but not injured for this game. And anybody else that I should be worried about? Not really. I mean, there's a couple other big names, but nothing that I am worried about. Let's look at the standings. Let's look at the playoffs. Well, okay, let's look at the conference. We are getting a probably mid-round pick. We weren't quite good. Like, we're probably gonna get not even a top 10. I don't. Well, we might clinch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we might. Yeah, we'll barely have a top 10. Maybe we'll get it going our way in the lottery picks. We are 23rd. So yeah, that's at very least a top. Yeah, that's a top 8 for number 1. Yeah, we got a number 8. So we're looks like we're gonna go for number 8. I would like to get 1, 2, or 3. Really, what we need to do is take a loss to the Bulls and hope the Knicks win their next game, depending on who it's at, and we could maybe get a seventh seed. Huh. This is gonna be interesting to see what it falls down to. Oh, it looks like my any Boston Celtics get the Nets pick still, and the Phoenix Sun gets Miami's pick. So yeah, that's nice stuff. Okay, let's look at the award races. Russell Westbrook wins another MVP. His assist numbers go down slightly, but he still has 11 rebounds a game and about 27 points per game. It looks like Damian Lillard, since the last time we looked off, has dropped off. He probably doesn't have as many points as he did. He probably just, yeah, it doesn't look like, you know. Oh goodness gracious, whew. Excuse me. Rookie of the year, Lonzo Ball. Yeah, he just kind of ran away with it. He's got, again, that is big assist number that he'll always carry around with him. Sixth man of the year, Goran Dragic, even though he was benched, and he's got a torn ACL, so that's gonna really just lower his athleticism. Reggie Jackson, back on the Thunder. JaVale McGee, Markelle Fultz, and Mason Plumlee. Defensive player, Draymond Green. Andre Drummond went up to 4th, and he's had a pretty decent season. Most improved player. Kyle O'Quinn seems to win it. Frank Kaminsky, Buddy Hield, Dwight Powell, and Ian Clark. So, let's see the stats on our team. Points per game, Andre Drummond with 19.6, Jordan Clarkson 18.8, Jarrett Allen, 10.4, so he's playing well off the bench, very well, very effective as far as, scoring. Stanley Johnson not doing too bad, 8 points. Jordan Bell, 7.7, 7.3 for Gerald Green. Ish Smith doing decent, being effective. A lot of these guys are being just effective. I mean, Spencer should be, I just think about that. A lot of these guys should be relatively effective. Offensive rebounds, Andre Drummond. Well, actually, let's look at rebounds. Rebounds game, yeah, of course, 12 per game for Andre Drummond. Jordan Bell, 8. Jarrett Allen, 6. So Jarrett Allen seems to be good, really terrific off the bench. How about assists per game? Ish Smith, 5. Well, 4, a little bit over 4.5. So that's what our team has to work on, is rotating the ball a little bit more. It would be helpful if Jordan Clarkson, even starting, would be better at passing, but he looks to be a more talented on the scoring side. Steals per game, Andre Drummond with almost 2, Jordan Clarkson with 1, Stanley Johnson with 1, and Andre Roberson with 1. Blocks, Jordan Bell, 1.3, Andre Drummond, 1.2, Jarrett Allen, 1. Turnovers, no one had a lot of turnovers, which I like, because that just shows that we're pretty careful with the ball. Best field goal percentage goes to Jarrett Allen with .583, which is a little bit over half, so that's a great way to start off his career. Andre Drummond, 560, and then it kind of drops off. Who had the lowest? Of course, Andre Roberson. He didn't really score a lot, 5.4. I mean, it could have been worse, but he stuck to what worked with him. Yeah, no one. There was a good amount of attempts, and that's what really needs to work. The ones who really shot it doesn't really count for Andre Drummond too much. 3.84. Yeah, that's what we expected. Goodness gracious. Free throws made. Free throw percentage. Wesley Johnson didn't really play much. So .385 out of the people who played. Okay. Let me just check this text. I know I'm not allowed to do this on a stream, but no one's watching, so yet. Gotta believe. Okay. So minutes per game, yeah. On Jordan Clarkson got a lot of minutes. I was expecting a little bit more. I expected it to be flipped with Andre Drummond, but it looks like that's fine by me. Jordan Bell getting 30 minutes, and Andre Roberson getting 30 minutes. So we're 4 out of our starting 5. Stanley Johnson getting 25 minutes a game. Ooh, let's look at our fouls. Yeah, 4 fouls a game. Oh my goodness, 4 fouls a game. Oh my god. 3.0 to Jared Allen. Who had the best? Andre Drummond with the plus minus of .01 was the only one that was positive. That's not good. Points, Andre Drummond had the most. Jordan Clarkson had the second most. Rebounds, you know who it was. Assists, Ish Smith, Jordan Clarkson, Stanley Johnson, and Andre Roberson. Steals, 145 steals. That's pretty good. I mean, you look at that and that's not bad. Block shots, Jordan Bell, a lot of block shots. That is, Yeah, that is insane. Turnovers, Andre Drummond had the most field goal made. Okay, let's look at the 58 double doubles and no one had a triple double. Plus my a true plus minus is Andre Drummond with 8. And then who was the absolute worst? Chris McCullough. Jared Allen was pretty bad. So our bench was not they just need to develop. That's really what needs to happen. And it's good to have you know the depth, but we need to find a more effective group. And Andre Drummond is doing the best he can. So I mean, yeah. Oh man, there's a lot of players retired for us. Ben Wallace, Chuck Daly, William Davidson. Oh well, Chuck Daly, Ben Wallace, Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman, Isaiah Thomas, Vinny Johnson, Bob Lanier, Dave Bing, Richard Hamilton, Bill Lembier. All right, so hmm, hmm, let's look at it. All right, let's. Well, actually, I want to take a look at someone else's stats real quick. Yeah, actually, he improved his points per game. He just yeah, he didn't have quite the rebounds necessary. But yeah, see, I still think that he would have been in contention if he would have had a lot better defensive stats. But he's pretty good at sharing the ball and making what he has work. So Cameron Payne, Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Bobby Portis, and Ian Mahimi versus Jordan Clarkson, Andre Roberson, Stanley Johnson, Jordan Bell, and Andre Drummond. So let's choose some unis. All right. Do, do, do. Alright. Alright, we're here in Chicago, Illinois, where Andre Drummond comes into comes in with his crew to hopefully break up some momentum with Scott Brooks at the helm of the Chicago Bulls team. Dwayne Wade and crew are looking to fend off the Pistons as they looked in their season. They're not looking for anything. They're not playing for much other than a draft pick. As far as the both of them are really concerned. So the Detroit won the last game out. Um, by 4 points at the very end. This might be a grind out competitive one, or it could be a just full blown, snooze fest. I guess we'll see. It's going to be Jordan Clarkson, Andre Roberson, Stanley Johnson, Jordan Bell, and Andre Drummond versus Cameron Payne, Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Bobby Portis, and Ian Mahimi as your starting lineups. Let's go and take a look at my settings. Just make sure. Yep. Okay. All right, we're getting ready for the tip-off here in Chicago at the United Center. Andre Drummond, nope. Ian Mahimi and the Bulls win the tip. Dwayne Wade dribbling the ball way back, passes it to Bobby Portis, who passes it to Ian Mahimi. Andre Drummond gonna back off just a little bit as he passes it to Cameron Payne. Jordan Clarkson, late reaction by Jordan Clarkson and makes the bucket quite easily. Passes it up to Roberson. Roberson has had a tough time shooting this year. Not that they would expect anything different. A foul by Bobby Portis as he pushes Jordan Bell as he's going for the layup. This Pistons team has only suffered one major injury and really haven't suffered any of the injury bug in the second half of the season, but that injury goes down to Donovan Mitchell. Hopefully next year he can come back and make some splash. He's got it's 1-2 with 131 left. Jordan Bell's had a nice season rebounding and with a decent amount of points. It's the first season and most of it was started. Makes the second one. You know, there's a lot of rookies on this Pistons team as well as a lot of veteran leadership. Hopefully they'll get a lot of both of them shining this next upcoming season. Dwayne Wade fadeaway 3 as they go up 3 points, 5-2 with 1:15 remaining. Passes it to Jordan Bell. Roberson, no good. As Andre Drummond will bat it down and it will be out of bounds as it's Bulls ball. But back to what I was saying, Detroit has had their struggles this year and they got a lot of very young guys, very young, talented guys. Jared Allen, Jordan Bell, even Donovan Mitchell, who we haven't seen a ton of, but he looks to come back next year. They also got Andre Drummond, who's still pretty young. He's a defensive stud. It almost seems like he's been in the league longer than he has been just because of his age. Jimmy Butler, a nice flashy jam as they bring the lead up to 5. Andre Roberson passes it to Stanley Johnson, who passes it to Drummond, and jump shot made. Looked good all the way, 4-7, bringing the lead back bringing their deficit only to 3, and a foul by Jordan Clarkson. Cameron Payne looks to pass it in. Both these teams haven't been what we like to call good. Another foul. Andre Roberson, a reach-in foul. 10:27 remaining. 4-7. Chicago lead. Both these teams have struggled mightily. Part of the problem is that the Bulls and the Pistons are both looking for a direction to go in. Out of bounds. Bulls ball again. Still leading by 3 with 10:22 remaining. Aging Dwayne Wade. Jimmy Butler's still there. You got a struggle at center. Who knows what you're going to do next. Jordan Clarkson looks for a pick. Pistons ball as Cameron Payne gets it hit off of him and out of bounds. 10:07 remaining, still the same score as we had. And a rebound by Bobby Portis as that 3 wide open by Jordan Clarkson, or not even really defended well. Jimmy Butler goes for a 3, not even defended well by Stanley Johnson. Not a lot of action going on between these two teams. Wide open Stanley Johnson, no 3s dropping for Detroit as they have had this issue very much through the years for scoring. This team is very young, but I don't know what their plan is. They need to get another big player onto their roster, and I don't think they got the cap for it, so they're going to have a relatively high draft pick, down by 5 with 9:20 remaining. They're going to have a big draft pick, just like Chicago, but I think what they got to do is learn to limit turnovers and create off the drive, as there's 2 straight turnovers. One by Andre Drummond, one by Jimmy Butler, and then one again by Andre Roberson, as there's a foul on Stanley Johnson. 9 minutes remaining. 4-9. Chicago lead. Yeah, both these fan bases are hoping to maybe have a rebound year next year and maybe look to correct some of their mistakes and maybe make a footprint on the NBA. Hopefully not bailing out for just a final draft pick. And another out of bounds by Andre Drummond, throwing it way too far down the court in front of Andre Roberson. 10-4, 8:56 remaining as they inbound the ball to Dwayne Wade. Roberson picks him up. Passes it to Payne, gets by Clarkson, and bad defense by Clarkson as he just lets him run by 4 to 12. That's another thing that a lot of these guys, there's only a handful of guys on the Detroit side that really mind playing defense consistently as Jimmy Butler just picks the puck of Stanley Johnson. Blocked by Bell. The only three that I could see who really have a lot of defensive prowess on this current iteration of the starting lineup, as it hasn't changed much throughout the year other than with the Donovan Mitchell injury. It's Jordan Bell, Andre Roberson, and Andre Drummond. Dwayne Wade dribbling the ball right inside the three-point line, picked up by Roberson, and Bobby Portis sneaks inside to give him a 10-point lead as Detroit takes a timeout. 8:14 remaining. It's not a good start. Very slow. Not really many points scored for really either team this far in. But the Detroit team, bad defense, even worse offense. They've lost 6 in a row, so right now they're just looking to either just fall out of this game. And a block by Ian Mahimi, I believe that was. Last 2.5 minutes, no points for the Detroit Pistons. Nice defense, but Bobby Portis gets the rebound, and Andre Roberson picks up the foul for his second one of the game. So he's probably going to be pulled out. Bobby Portis has a nice year, going 12 points, 8 rebounds, 44% field goal percentage. And that looks like it is Green coming in. Andre Roberson picks up the rebound off the miss. And a steal. Stanley Johnson tries to get it to Jordan Clarkson as Cameron Payne gets a little bit of wide open space. And, well, 17 to 4. Stanley Johnson gets the ball. Tries to lay it up, and it does go in. So 6 to 17 as Stanley Johnson pushes in and gets a couple points off the basket. And a foul on Green. Foul issues already arriving early for the Pistons. And Chicago just entered into their bonus. First one made by Dwayne Wade. Definitely a lot of empty seats here in the United Center as the season's been kind of a dud, and it's the first time in a while. And everybody could have been expecting it here in Chicago, as you know, after the Derrick Rose experiment, there really wasn't much going on. They needed to rebuild. They didn't have the pieces necessary, and Pistons, the turnaround happened last offseason. They picked up a top draft pick and decided to bank on Donovan Mitchell. It didn't turn out well as far as his injury problem that he has currently picked up. He started off the season with an injury. Well, it was a couple weeks into the season, but nice dunk cutting in by Jordan Clarkson. 18.8 points for him, 47% field goal percentage. But back to what I was saying, an injury a couple weeks into the season, about a month into the season for Donovan Mitchell, which kept him out for the entirety of the rest of the season for the Pistons. But definitely shot him in the foot as they still got another pick. Jordan Bell. It didn't turn out bad. Stanley Johnson, nice shot right outside the paint on the, really close to out of bounds as he did that, but found the space. 10 to 21, 5:41 and counting remaining. Cameron Payne tries, no good. Jordan Clarkson gets a rebound after some nice defense. But after the new ownership took over and Stan Van Gundy was fired, this team really got just, for the most part, revamped. 3 by Jordan Clarkson. 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist so far as a 13-21 with about 5:10 remaining. Let's just give it that. Dwayne Wade, Green on Wade. And a block by Green. Stanley Johnson. Ooh, hard foul for Jimmy Butler on Stanley Johnson. Takes that foul. It looks like he was going up for maybe a posterizer dunk, but gets hard fouled right there. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Jimmy Butler put some aggression on Stanley Johnson. 14-21. 1 free throw down. The bench comes in. It's going to be Ish Smith, Green, Johnson is say makes 2-2. Ish Smith, Chris McCullough, Jeff Green, Jarrett Allen, Rajon Rondo on for the Bulls. Green gets the ball. Stanley Johnson gets on the outside. Nice defense. Jarrett Allen with the foul. 15-23. 15-24 as he makes the first one. Jimmy Butler had a nice season scoring. 15-25. Still 10-point lead for Chicago as Detroit has started scoring a little bit more easily, but still Chicago seems to outscore him in the end. Chris McCullough inbounding it to Ish Smith as Wesley Johnson has come in the game. Ish Smith gets the ball from McCullough. Ish Smith gets blocked there. Rajon Rondo brings the ball up the court. And lays it up pretty easily. 15-27. Now, theoretically, the team that should be winning is Detroit, but Detroit seems to just want to give it up. Green, no good. Jarian Grant gets the rebound. Bobby Portis, Rajon Rondo. Jimmy Butler, Wesley Johnson on him. No good. Late defense, but still. Green. And a foul, and one opportunity for Green as he just lays it up and in pretty easily, it looked like. (18-27) now. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Wesley Johnson. Portis holding the ball. Grant. Toronto. Pretty decent defense by Smith as he just ran a little bit past him. And layup. 20-27. Wesley Johnson makes that layup. Pretty easily, it looks like. Green, 3, no good. as it looks like Paul Pierce and Spencer Dinwiddie look to come in. 31-20. And layup for Allen as he brings it back within, looks like 9. 22-31. Green has the foul there. Both Spencer Dinwiddie and Paul Pierce come in. As Ish Smith changes, looks like maybe to a shooting guard. Smith, Green, no good as Chris McCauley gets distracted and jumps a little bit further than he wanted to. Good. Up by 13. 22-35, 116 remaining. And no rebound, but Majiri gets it. Anthony gets the dunk as just looks like this Detroit team falls apart as Green makes a good jumper, 24-37. Yeah, this Pistons team does not seem to doesn't have the drive to play right now. It just seems like they're just wanting the season to be over with sooner than later. It's a foul on Paul Pierce, the 8th team foul of this first quarter. 43 seconds remaining. 2 foul shots. Made the first one. 38-24, up by 14 now. Shoots it. Good. 39-24, up by 15. This is only going to get worse. Looks like the offense. Rajon Rondo and Bobby Portis steals it, gives it to Grant. Anthony, no good as Jared Allen picks up the rebound. Passes it to Green. And in 26-39. Brought it back to within 13 with 20 seconds remaining. Last second shot in the post. Bobby Portis, no good. That's the end of the first quarter. Can you believe it? Well, I surely can. Chicago has the lead 39-26 at the end of one. And we're back. Andre Roberson steps back in. Probably for that defensive boost that he seems to always bring. Chris McCullough jams it off the... Well, that's the Under Armour Unleashed Chaos moment. Andre Roberson alley-oops it to Chris McCullough, who dunks it. That was a nice show of athleticism and teamwork there, but it really doesn't accomplish anything as far as their deficit is concerned. They're still down by 11. Rajon Rondo almost gets it stolen from him as Gerald Green gets his 3rd personal foul and has to take a step out as the starters come back in. Jordan Clarkson, Andre Roberson, Jordan Bell, Stanley Johnson, and Andre Drummond. Hopefully looking to get some more momentum. Good pass. Bounce pass to Majiri as he misses still. Andre Roberson, no good as Andre Drummond picks up the rebound and jams it with one hand on the putback. 30-39 as they seem to be wanting to make a comeback all of a sudden. Good defense by Clarkson on Rondo. Yeah, that worked as Clarkson still gets the rebound as well. Johnson cuts inside in front of the entire defense, gets his 8th point with that jam. 32-39. Anunoby. Stanley Johnson on Anunoby. Portis to Rondo. Majiri to Anunoby. Pick by Portis. Good by Anunoby. Jordan Bell tries it. Andre Drummond gets the rebound, but no putback as it bounces around and out. And that one goes in as they stack back up the lead to 9. Passes it to Drummond. Jiri fouls Andre Drummond, and he gets 2 free throws. 10:08 remaining in the second quarter. First one, no good. He's not really a good free throw shooter, but he'll take his turns. Looks like the Shabazz Napier and Majiri are on the court. Other than that, there are the starters, Dwayne Wade. I think there might be, I don't think that Jimmy Butler's out there. I think it's a newbie. Bell, Majiri. Robertson gets the rebound, passes it up to Drummond, passes it to Bell. Robertson gets his 3-point opportunity, and like most of the season, it's not going in. Good defense by Drummond as he gets down there. And pushed, really not in the place to do another alley-oop, but they're hoping it could spark something as they are down by 10 now, and now down by 12. Timeout, down by 12. Clarkson off the inbound, passes it to Johnson. Clarkson looks for space off of Shabazz Napier. Andre Drummond. Napier looks like he pushed off against Clarkson to get the rebound. Foul by Clarkson, second personal. Another reach in. Foul issues, obviously a problem for Detroit. I'll only be playing a half this time. So 9:04 left in the half. And a block. Good block there. And Stanley Johnson takes the foul. 8:55, down by 12. 33-45. First one, no good. Second one, no good as well. Dwayne Wade shoots it, no good. Majiri gets the rebound and blocked by either Bell or Drummond, I couldn't tell. Ooh, almost a good alley-oop there, but not so lucky. Jimmy Butler gets the pass from Shabazz Napier as Stanley Johnson gets the second foul. That's no good, not what you want to see. Passes it into Robertson. Stanley Johnson. Majiri gets the steal. Shabazz Napier with Andre Robertson defending him. Passes it to Dwayne Wade. Guarded by Stanley Johnson. Jordan Clarkson against Butler. Stanley Johnson gets a rebound. Passes it up. Jordan Clarkson takes a shot. no good. 48-33. Dwayne Wade, another shot, 9 points for him. Stanley Johnson takes the foul. Ian Mahinmi, his first one. 2 free throws. $34. Down by 15 now. 35-50. Inbounding it in. Right under 8 minutes gone. Foul by Andre Roberson. Third foul. Well, let's take a look at this now. Detroit Pistons lose by 15 as the Chicago Bulls take 51 free throws. That is insane. That means everybody except for Donovan Mitchell played at least a couple minutes. Wesley Johnson only played 3. Yeah. Fouls. Let's take a look at Jared Allen, Andre Roberson are both fouled out. Andre Drummond had to play the rest of those minutes. It looks like he fouled out pretty early, and Jared Allen did, and Andre Roberson after about his rounds were up. So, it happens. So that's the end of this session of NBA 2K18. That's the end of the season. As you guys can see, Russell Westbrook takes home the MVP. Lonzo Ball, Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year, Goran Dragic. Draymond Green, Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved Player, Kyle O'Quinn. Greg Popovich, Coach of the Year. Let's simulate and see who wins. The next episode will be the off-season. Looks like it's going to be the Warriors sweeping Toronto, getting pitched in the final as the Cavaliers get pretty much really swept after their first. I think that was their first win by Washington. Washington took it to Toronto, and Toronto took them to 4. So this could have been a pretty realistic, except for Charlotte being that great. Actually, let me take a look at their team. Yeah, their team was never that great. Like, I don't see the Hornets being that good with that lineup. Like, there's just no way. They don't have. I don't know. And even with Michael Gilchrist, Marvin Williams not playing, and he doesn't even have an injury. That's the problem. So they just didn't play him. Well, it's been a while since they played, so they could probably have an injury back then. So. That's it. That's let's see who retires. Paul Pierce and Vince Carter. That's something else. Hall of Fame. Paul Pierce, 1,400 games played. That's how you do it. Jersey retirement. We don't get the Paul Pierce thing, but it's fine. And that's going to be the end of this video. So, goodbye. Have a nice time.